No, we are not gonna talk about the infamous Conor McGregor pick today. No one wants to hear that. Let's get into actual news. The MMA community is in rare agreement right now. Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev is almost guaranteed to happen in 2026. And this isn't just speculation. Even Dana White, who's usually tight-lipped about future matchups, went public saying that if Islam beats Jack Della Maddalena, the Topuria super fight could be made immediately. As for the welterweight title picture, it's getting a little weird. Both Kamaru Usman and Shavkat Rakhmonov are sitting out, waiting for their shot, thinking they've got it locked in. But realistically, if Islam pulls off the win, Usman versus Islam becomes the obvious move. That's a historic fight. You've got a former dominant welterweight champ going against the current pound-for-pound king, trying to make history at 170. The hype, the stakes, the storyline, it's all there. Shavkat might deserve it on paper, but if Islam wins, and the UFC for some reason doesn't opt for the obvious Topuria super fight, then we have Islam versus Kamaru at 170. Here's what Big John and Josh Thompson had to say regarding the Topuria super fight.
Think about it, if you're Dana White, okay? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to sit here and say, I have two double champions now, okay? And both are 1 and 2 in the pound for pound.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put them together?
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, that's what he did with Volk and Islam when they fought the first time.
Exactly.
Where does that fight take place?
I think you put it in Spain. Come on. You're going to tell me that you couldn't sell out a soccer stadium with Ilia Topuria against Islam in Spain?
I'm not sure. I would imagine it would be probably pretty damn close. I mean, I was just at AEW last night. There was 50, 60,000 people. So
there you go. I know the UFC does, they don't like to, ever be outside. And they're going to have the White House. That's going to have to be outside because it ain't going to be in the White House, right? So they'll do it. Why not do it there?
Paulo Costa just went off on Khamzat, calling him out as the one fighter he wants more than anyone. The bad blood between these two just got even deeper after Costa revealed something that rubbed a lot of fans the wrong way. According to Paulo, Khamzat messaged his wife threatening to beat up her husband. Yeah, you heard that right, he went straight to Costa's family. That move didn't sit well with fans, and it's only adding fuel to what was already a heated rivalry. These two were supposed to fight years ago, but the matchup fell apart, and now Costa says it's personal. He's got Roman Kopylov this Saturday, and he's made it clear. If he wins, he's calling out Khamzat immediately after. Costa says his eyes are locked in on middleweight gold, and he wants to go through Khamzat to get there, or even snatch it away from Chimaev if he can become the champion. With all the drama, the history, and now the personal shots, this one's no longer just a fight, it's war. That said, this fight isn't likely to happen anytime soon. Both fighters have gone down completely different career paths, and their timelines just don't line up right now.
Who would be your dream fight? You at the White House versus?
Chimaev.
Ah, that's the one.
Chimaev, yeah. This son of a bitch. I want to fight this guy. I want to fight.
Do you think he beats DDP?
It's hard to say because DDP is tough. He know how to defend. He very early takedown. I get the surgery on my elbow, so in that week he sent a message for my girl Tamara. He acted like a woman. He say, Paulo. He say some bad shit. I will try to remember. He say something like, I'm gonna beat you husband, and
wow.
I'm gonna do bad things, this, that, and that. But he sent for her and not for me, so.
On the heels of Movsar Evloev's explosive comments, UFC President Dana White has now weighed in on the altercation between Evloev and Ilia Topuria. To recap, for weeks there were only rumors. Whispers of a backstage altercation between Topuria and Movsar floated around the MMA world, but nobody had gone on record until recently. In an interview with Russia's Sport 24, Movsar finally broke his silence. You can watch the full interview on our channel. Normally calm and composed, the undefeated contender unleashed with a rare level of fire. He confirmed the incident and blasted Topuria for what he described as fake clownish behavior, calling out the reigning lightweight champion for his on-quote stupid actions and gimmicks. According to Movsar, he's had enough, and he wants to settle things in the cage, regardless of weight class. And here's where it gets really interesting. Movsar said he's so committed to making this fight happen, he'd move up to lightweight if that's what it takes, even if Topuria ends up losing to Islam Makhachev. The Ingushetian fighter is hunting for Ilia at this point. This beef has now turned into something personal. In a recent appearance on YouTube, Dana White was asked about this altercation. Here's what he said.
So I've been doing this for a long time. It doesn't bother me. The thing is with me is I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I was always like that. I've been through it.
Yeah.
Believe me, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
And I stay completely focused on the fun shit, which is making sure the production, the live and in-house production is fucking perfect. Finding new talent, putting on the best fights we can possibly put on, and star building. Those are the things that I really focus on.
Max Holloway has now added his voice to the growing sentiment in the MMA world, questioning how much stock people should really put into Ilia Topuria beating Charles Oliveira. While Max tried to give Ilia some credit, it definitely came off more like a subtle jab than genuine praise. He pointed out that Charles was on a one-fight win streak, not exactly riding a wave of momentum, while Volk, who Ilia beat for the title, was coming off a knockout loss. Max argued that fans tend to look at big names and automatically get impressed, but they forget that every fight has its own context, timing, and layers. But let's be real, beating Volk even after a loss is still one of the toughest things you can do in the sport, and Charles, still elite. He ran through Chandler right before this and gave Arman a very tough fight before that. Charles remains one of the most dangerous lightweights in the world. Acting like those wins don't mean much is just a reach, especially coming from someone who got knocked out by Ilia not long ago. And now with Max constantly pushing for that Topuria rematch, something he's mentioned multiple times, it's clear he wants that one back badly. But fans don't really want to see that. The first fight was definitive, and right now people are more interested in seeing Ilia face fresh contenders.
I mean, for sure, you can't sleep on it, but it's just tough, right? Yeah, he has the names, right? He beat the names, and you can't deny that. But then, when you look, it just sucks that with everything that's going on. When you look at that Volk fight, with that Volk coming off of what he did, that's kind of crazy. But people just look at the name, they're not looking at the record. They're just looking at, oh yeah, Alex was the champ, and then me, and then Charles did what he did. But Charles was on him, what was Charles on? A one-fight win streak, So, at the end of the day, it's just moments, and it's just names. It is one of the greatest names for sure that he beat in history. But the man is doing what he's supposed to do. He's lining. People are lining. UFC are lining people up for him, and he's just knocking them down. So fair play to him. He's going out there doing his job.
That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.